Man, like I said, man, I've been keeping an eye on things, man. Presidential duty, man. Listen, man. Salute to all of this. Hold it. I know, my bad. It's this way. Then again, I'm looking at it from a different angle. The camera flips the angle sometimes from the photo. It says, today issues corrections on fact checks after claiming Biden did nothing for Ida. Listen, man. Damage ain't even been assessed yet. Good luck with that too, Joe. And salute to those millions and millions of individuals that had jobs previously that's going back to their jobs. I don't know exactly how that's going to work with the time off and the time in, but I'm looking at it and said to myself, those numbers probably won't ever reach the amount of numbers that I was seeing in previous generations. But like I said, you want to tax, run up the tax, which is it would have to make a specific amount in order to get a tax. So good luck with that, yo. Like I said, man, you want to discombobulate some things and think that I'm not paying it. I'm paying very, very, very close attention to you. I don't want to do it, but looking at the things that I've accumulated and said to myself that I've become, which is the president, niggercratic, by the way. And they just won't accept the terms and the terminologies. It's all under your clause, and if you want to change it, I'm warning you that the suffering will have that a domino effect. And if that's the risk that you're willing to take, to be on top of things, it's over here. The niggercratic president is not running his campaign in a dictatorship. It's mainly off of campaign courses and laws. I'm trying to get to this reparation, but somehow, some way, like I said, the Ida and the storms and the fact that the things that you've been trying to accumulate have been more detrimental to not just the nigger crash, but those that went against them. Like I said, it's a political balance where the people don't have no choice but to run to you. And I would advise it because then you'll do the same thing you did to everything else within the previous 40 years. Time to give it out there. Or just sit back and let me run my campaign of more stimulus packages, more subsidies that's available through this whole Ida, FEMA, everything else that's combined in there. Troops on their way back. It's another pay. Like I said, you got a lot of things that should be addressed on your budget, but you're trying to eliminate some things that paid into your budget in the previous generations. That's why I said it never amount to the things that you're trying to do under the circumstances that you're under. It's just, how you say, unprecedented. To be able to see exactly your agenda and where you come from, which is the 40 years of Joe. I'm trying to get out of that cycle in the course of becoming the president. DHS promises. Now, I don't want to hear no promises. I want laws. Laws is laws. And to change those, you have to agree upon them. And if it's going to be more detrimental to human life than it is to your law, then it shouldn't exist. Which we'll get to that later on. DHS promises to swiftly and safely resettle Afghans in U.S. Listen, I don't want you to do any promises internationally. Because, like I said, international borders are being broken. And that leaves no liability for the civilization that's already here. Like I said, you basically breaking your international laws to make a point, which is you can what you call it, ban some for whatever legal purposes you decide, unjustifiable by, I guess, your religion. Just you got the freedom of religion and freedom of speech. So if you're doing things and it's part of your religion, then I have no bias towards that, whether it's good or bad. Or in between. Your choice. It's totally up to you. It's part of the law. Oh man, it has a picture of Angry Joe. White House officials appalled and literally horrified that Biden. Listen, man, he's old enough to be someone's great grandfather, man. Yeah, times about there, about 80, right? Yeah, about there, somewhere around there. Oh man, like I said, this is a world of internet, and he wants to control it. How is the Democratic president will have full uncensorship floating around the internet because it seems to allow it sometimes and disallow it sometimes. I just want it to be full on. So I get a full blown scope of what it is internally and externally you would like to produce for, I guess, the world. Ah man, this is beautiful. NFL Roundup. Yeah, that's beautiful. Latest league news. Friday, September the 3rd, man. As it has a picture of Dallas. Salute to him, man. Then again, I got kind of like the Dallas like gray on there. That's just beautiful, man. Beijing City looks to take Diddy. I'm sorry, it's D-I-D-I. Diddy. Not Puff, but Diddy. This way or this that. It's one of them ways, man. Understate control, Bloomberg says. I said, man, the catastrophicness hitting the tri-state and the East Coast could have been probably avoided if you would show. It's like I said, if you show a certain thing to an individual while you're trying to make a deal with an individual and they see that you mistreated the deal with another individual, they may not want to make that deal with you. Or if they may make that deal with you, they'll take extra precautions. Horned frog in news. Like I said, man, it's a lot of cutthroat, horned frogs, lizards. He said it was going to be a swamp. He wanted to clean it out. Listen, man, it was so much wood, I ain't even see an alligator. That's what I'm saying. The words and the things that people were using may be twisting and bending reality. Or that may be the forced reality for the future. And I'm not with all of that. I'm not trying to force you out of things. I'm just trying to persuade you to the Democratic president's way. Under the U.S. government's policies. It's beautiful. Storm advisory, NHL, because like I said, if I could, let me finish this statement. NHL News Daily links, as they have storm advisories and NFL roundups in the league, man. But the basis of it is why should you have to travel to America to sustain, I guess, the American dream? I'm trying to take my American dream how do you say, globally. Because then there won't be any discriminations on becoming a nigga crack. Choice is yours. But I just consider you as a fellow nigga candidate, representative in a way. Because whether you want to be or not, it's showing that you must be. So I don't mind it. New York Times news quiz in September. It's another thing too, man. I don't want to compare tests, quizzes, none of that stuff, man. Because everyone has its own reality. Or can create it. It's totally up to them. But you must obey the laws. And from the looks of things, you have enough. You're making trigger and trick and, manipulate certain aspects of certain things. That's understandable. I wouldn't discriminate against any of it. As your nigga president. I just believe that equal give and take would probably be appropriate. Doctor confronts Tennessee governor over COVID-19 and children with masks. That's another thing with the school boards and all. You gotta understand these organizations must keep their safety first. Man, you can't have kids getting sick from trying to get an education. It should be free of bias, diseases, and harm. Still agrees to a trade with Weatherspoon. Salute to that, man. But like I said, some just don't want the rookies to come in and take over. And I see that the rookies are more than ready and qualified in most cases. I mean, considering all the things they had to overcome to get there. Apple introduces new partner program. I said, man, I'm looking for my own digital market, the moon market, and maybe even a moolah. Yeah, that's a good way. Because I'm looking at it from a standpoint that people say that it's fake news and fake information floating around. But I'm looking at the information and I'm seeing it getting twisted and turned, so you got the freedom to do whatever with that. And as a nigga president, I'm in no predicament or situation to stop what goes on in your mind. I want to look further into that, Joe, and see what more of your policies that you can come up with. With that being said, peace. I gotta